Way things go.
Okay. So it's 5:30, let's call the meeting to order. Misty, would you call the roll, please?
Dave Burris.
Here.
Randy Graham.
Here.
J.R. Huddleston.
Here.
Deborah Johnston. Here. Bill Lukens.
Here.
Craig Roney.
Present.
Gary Telkamp.
Here.
Linda Marvell. Here. Thank you.
Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, council, if I can get a motion to go into executive session for 1-2523 legal.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we go into executive session in accordance with Codified Law 1-25-23 legal.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. All right, I'm showing this back at 5:53. Can I get a motion to approve an amended agenda? We're going to remove, under personnel, we're going to remove item B, Matt Merrill. Under resolutions, we're going to remove resolution, asking to remove resolution A, resolution 2026-16, a resolution to surplus and transfer certain real property and the Hot Springs Volunteer Fire Department building. And new business items C and D. C is approve and authorize the mayor to sign the Hot Springs Volunteer Fire Department Fire Protection Services contract. And D is approve and authorize the mayor to sign the agreement of transfer of real property, public access and sewer easement agreement, and quitclaim deed, all related to the transfer of certain real property to the Hot Springs Volunteer Fire Department building. So we're looking to remove under new business, item B, under our resolutions, item A, and under new business, items C and D.
See if I get this right. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve an amended agenda, removing item B under personnel, removing item A under resolution 2026-16, a resolution to surplus and transfer certain real property and the Hot Springs Volunteer Fire Department HSVFD building. And under new business, removing items C and D. Did I miss any?
No,
And I second it.
you got it. Second by Dave. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. All right. As always, council, remember if you have a conflict of interest, please let the rest of the council know before you vote. And I just jumped ahead. We've got the motion to approve the amended agenda approved. So that brings us to minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the June 1st council meeting?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the June 1st council meeting.
Second.
I think it was Gary. Discussion?
One correction, under city employees present, it was Chris Katke present, not Carl.
Thank you. Noted.
Anyone else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the June 9th special council meeting?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the June 9th special council meeting.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. Down to our claims. Can I get a motion to approve the bills in between?
I'll make a motion to approve the bills in between for $255,902.08.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. And can I get a motion to approve the current claims?
I make a motion to pay the current claims of $147,754.83.
Second.
JR. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. And a motion to approve the Wells Fargo credit card claims.
Make a motion to approve Wells Fargo credit card claims for $4,943.19.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. Communications from the public. Is there anyone that would like to address the council tonight? All right, that brings us to our 2025 audit report. Kettle Thorstensen, I apologize. You told us your name, and I forgot to write it down.
Oh, no problem. My name is Jordan Jones with Cato Thorstensen, public accounting firm, presenting your 2025 financial statements and independent auditors report. I will just briefly summarize it. This report is as of your year-end, December 31st, 2025. Our conclusion was an unmodified opinion or a clean opinion, in which we state that it is our opinion that the financial statements are in all material respects presented fairly in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States. We performed our audit based off of the framework of governmental auditing standards. Your financial statements have been provided to you, as well as a governance letter, representation letter, and finally, the end of your financial statements, you'll see our recommendations specific to internal controls and processes. You'll find 2 repeat findings from 2024, repeated in 2025. First of which, identifying that we aided in preparation of your financial statements, and secondly, that we recommended audit adjustments to your accounting records to ensure that they are in conformity with generally accepted accounting principles. Do you have any questions?
Just a comment. Publicly, I'd like to thank Misty, her staff, Ariel, and anybody who has assisted with our budget this year, our payouts, anything to do with finance. Excellent job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I second that.
As do I.
And I just want to make a comment. The finding that was a repeat finding is a common finding for municipalities that utilize the same audit firm to also look at the financial statement. And it is a common finding, but not a bad thing.
Correct. Not a bad thing at all. I don't recommend doing anything differently. I'd encourage you to continue to have us prepare the financial statements on your behalf. And yes, it's the same finding I repeat on every municipality I audit.
Thank you.
Anyone else? I would echo what the council says when it comes to Misty and Rebecca now, and Ariel. Since I've been involved with City Council, financial statements have been exactly what you've represented tonight. There has been no concern in the oversight and the management of the finances of the City of Hot Springs. So thank you for that. That's huge. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Misty, for your office doing a very good job.
Yes.
On to council updates. Hot Springs Chamber of Commerce Executive Director. I don't see Amber with us.
See her either. I didn't remind her, but she picked the dates, so
All right.
maybe something happened. I'll reach
Yeah.
out to her tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Can I get a motion to approve personnel actions A through N, remembering that we removed action item B?
Make a motion to approve personnel actions, item A through N, removal of item B. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. On to our only ordinance of the night. Can I get a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 1289?
Make a motion to approve the first reading of ordinance 1289, supplemental appropriation ordinance.
Second.
Discussion? Misty, would you call the roll?
Craig Romy,
Yes.
Linda Varvel,
Yes.
Randy Graham,
Yes.
Dave Burris,
Yes.
Deborah Johnston,
Yes.
Phil Luken,
Yes.
J.R. Huddleston,
Yes.
Gary Telkamp.
Yes.
Thank you.
The motion passes. On to resolutions. Can I get a motion to approve Resolution B, remembering we removed Resolution A, Resolution B, 2026-19.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2026-19, a resolution to rename Hillcrest Drive to Jasper Ware Drive.
Second.
Discussion?
Just for the audience, is that this came through Planning and Zoning, and Stacy Martin from the GIS at the courthouse found that there was 2 Hillcrest Drives in Fall River County, and that poses a safety issue when police and fire are responding to issues. And the one Hillcrest Drive is down and forks off of the road that goes down to the city shop. And so that is what we're trying to rename here is you'll come down South 20th Street across the bypass to the city shop, but at the bottom of the hill where it forks off and heads west, that will now be named Jasper Ware Drive.
Thank you. Any other questions? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion passes. On to new business. New business item A. Can I get a motion to accept the 2025 financial statements and audit report?
I make a motion to accept the 2025 financial statements and audit report prepared and presented by Kettle Thorstensen LLP.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. New business item B. Can I get a motion to consider a request from Fall River Health Services to waive the established water and sewer connection fees and/or impact fees?
Make a motion to consider the request from Fall River Health Services to waive established water and sewer connection fees and/or impact fees associated with the Cascade Hills subdivision, 48 water connections and 48 sewer connections at $1,000 per connection for a total potential fee waiver of $96,000.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, I will be abstaining on any discussion or voting on this particular issue.
Thank you, Gary.
I have. Is there a formal economic development policy for waiving utility fees?
No.
No.
Not that I know.
What's the long-term precedent for similar subdivisions?
You're opening up Pandora's box.
No, I'd like to give Fall River Health Systems an opportunity to, make any statements that they wanted to. They provided a letter to Ariel which is in your packet. Is there anything else that you would like to share before we get into more questions?
Mayor, my name is Jeremy Schultes, 12858 Argyle Road, Hot Springs, South Dakota. Also the administrator, CEO at Fall River Health. Our goal is to keep these lots as affordable as we possibly can. Any fees that could be waived are appreciated. We understand the connection fees, but really request the impact fees be waived. It is an investment in economic development. I think this project will serve Hot Springs and Fall River quite nicely. And the goal is just to keep the cost of the lots as low as possible. So if the fees aren't waived, it will increase the cost of the lots by about $2,000.
Jeremy, will the contractor be making the actual connections to the water and sewer at each location, or is that something the city crew would normally be making those tie-ins, I understand?
Yeah, my information tells me that the contractor will be connecting. Is that, Don, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. The contractor will be connecting the services.
Okay, so that's not something that Sean and his folks, or Jason and his folks would be doing?
We don't see that happening.
They would ordinarily be supervising a tap, and that's what the tap fee covers, which in this case is the 150 or the 200. What they're asking for is the impact fee, which generally covers the impact of its connection to our system for future years.
Okay, so the impact on the wastewater treatment plant, the impact on the system capacity. So it's not just the tap fee, it's the overall system impact.
Unless you guys are also looking for the tap fees to be waived. But my understanding from the letter was just the impact fees.
We asked for the impact fee to be waived.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this contractor state certified?
Gonna have to be.
Sure. I would hope not. Don Olsted, Hot Springs, Chairman P&Z. You can look at this a couple ways. The question about setting the precedent is valid. I assume everybody on the council understands that this impact fee is relatively new, first year in place?
No, we had it before, we just changed the name, but it's been in our ordinance since potentially I started. They just didn't call it an impact fee.
Okay, and
We called it a stub out fee, and it wasn't charged very consistently.
It was kind of a different deal. If you didn't have it, you had to get the stub put out. If the stub was there, they didn't charge it. This is going to be charged on everything now, right? If the tap is in place and whatever?
So what we have talked about as a way to clarify this is that the tap fee is charged when you actually put a hole in the main and tap in, and the impact fee is charged when you are creating a service.
Yep, utilizing the system.
Okay, so have you guys done any services in kind when somebody extends a water main or a sewer main, such as put in manholes and fire hydrants and stuff? Typically in the past, that's what went on. And it was a policy of the city, and I'm not sure if it was a direct policy and ordinance or what, but that was some of the stuff that's been going on. Is if you extended a sewer main up an alley, then the city was buying the manhole, and in some cases on the water main, they were putting in the fire hydrants. They weren't installing them, they were providing them. I'm just saying, it's happened. And this would be kind of in lieu of that thing, not asking for in projects to come in and put a subdivision in. The city's going to put all the fire hydrants and the manholes in. We're not doing that. But it has happened in the past. Your cost of acquisition for these customers is going to be zero, although it would be this impact fee would be your input into the thing to acquire these new customers on this thing. And you got to remember now, we've had a decline in usage in this community for the last 40 years. All you got to do is look at your wastewater treatment facility out there and those lagoons and how much less water there's going out that way. And you lost your biggest user when Fall River hooked up to their new well in French Creek. So it's just a request to come along. It's see if it's possible. Fall River Hospital has been very forthcoming in trying to make these things as absolutely as affordable as possible. They're just asking if the city would like to kick in on this deal. Any questions?
My thing is we're looking at, only God knows at this point, what it's going to cost us to do our sewer plant. And we're also talking about increasing the amount of water that we're holding. And I don't know where the numbers are going to be there. I kind of hate to hit everybody with an increase when it does happen, and then have to explain to people why some people didn't get this portion taken care of financially, and
Well,
they have to burden it.
I assume you've lost water sales from Fall River, right?
I can't answer that, what the loss is in water sales.
Well, I mean, and you've got another 46 customers or whatever coming on. They're going to be paying this, about 2 years in fees off this development will cover this impact fee. When you have your projections on your wastewater plant, is it still around the $100 user fee per household? Just something to consider.
So before we get into any other questions, Randy, I interrupted you, so if you'd go ahead and follow up with your questions.
It's just, if we do it for this subdivision, we'll be asked to do it for every other subdivision.
Yep. And you can't blame them for not.
And that $96,000 right now could be used to fix the bathrooms here at the Mueller Center.
Oh,
They need $40,000 per bathroom.
No, can't do that.
That's completely.
That's an enterprise fund. Got to be careful where this money's going. I see you doing
We
it.
are careful where the money's going.
And we got a transfer coming later, and I'm kind of curious about that, but how it comes from the water and sewer and goes back to general fund? Anyway,
It's operating transfer.
okay. But I'm just saying, it may set a precedent, but I'm telling you, they've been putting in manholes and fire hydrants in this town for the last 40 years when somebody extends a main.
You are correct.
Okay.
Okay, anyone else from Fall River Health have anything you'd like to say before we throw it back open to the council for any questions?
Georgia Holmes from here in Hot Springs, 838 Birch. My thought behind this is whatever we can do right now to help, we're working our best to get this so it's affordable for our people to come here. As we dug up dirt today, the wind blew, and I want more developments if we can get them here. But this is one example. People won't come if we have to keep doing stuff like this. I understand where all the finances come from, because I've sat there with all of you. Mm-hmm. But it would help us considerably if you could help us waive this. Thank you.
Okay, Randy, you're still, have you got your questions answered?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Anyone else?
I think this is going to be an asset to us as a community. I think we need to take, if there's any future developments that need to be done, take them on a case-by-case basis and talk about them and discuss them like we're doing with this one here. But I think this one's going to pay it back in dividends, and I think we're okay with that. I wouldn't want to see more costs having to go to a new person trying to come into an affordable housing area, and now it's jacked up because we can't go along with the developers. So I say we stay with them, help them out.
I'm torn. I don't know
A
what to.
$2,000 increase per brand new home is nothing.
Yeah.
I guess I certainly understand the effort to make the houses affordable, but you know, we got turned down for loan forgiveness for phase one of the wastewater project, and part of the reason was we weren't. Tell me if I'm misspeaking, Mayor. Is we weren't charging enough for our sewer rates. So the impact fees is one of the ways that we can show the state we are trying to manage and maintain our sewer and water system, because like Dave said, we have projects on our water master plan that we also need to be looking forward to fund and finance. And so I'm sympathetic with trying to keep the affordable housing that we're trying to do here affordable, but we also have every other water and sewer user that to not charge that impact fee is impacting them, because we still have water and sewer maintenance and upkeep. We've got 2 pumps at Evans Pumping Station that if they go out, that's big money. It's nothing on that. That's a system. So by definition, a system is many, many components. And that's why we have an impact fee, so that we can maintain the system. So I think it's impacting our system, and so I think it's appropriate that we go ahead and charge the impact fee.
Anyone else?
I do want you to understand, I do understand the fact of trying to keep the costs down. But to be very honest with you, at this point in time, this is at a bad intersection of things that we're looking at that are going to be a cost to the whole community. There is quite a few folks out there that are talking about selling their homes because of the taxes, what it costs for them to water. Now they're looking at an increase in just their normal services. It's hard for me to sit here and say yes at this point in time for me to agree to something like this when I know it's really hurting other folks. And to me, very honestly, if you're buying a new home, $2,000 is nothing. $2,000 is nothing as far as purchasing a brand new home with all brand new equipment, brand new roof, the whole 9 yards. That is really nothing. That's less than what a new refrigerator costs nowadays. So it's hard for me to try to talk people into looking at improving our water system at that cost and our sewer system at the same time, and then tell 96 possible investors that we're going to give them a $2,000 cut. It's a slap in the face. It really is. But it comes down to it's more so bad timing and bad intersection of both processes coming together. I do understand the fact if I was in your shoes, I would be here too. I'd be asking for the same thing. And I do know that the next person that comes in to invest into our community, they're going to do the same thing. So that's why I made the comment, it's like opening up Pandora's box. And yes, we can look at each and every one individually, but let's be totally honest. You start to feel guilty when you give it to one, and the next one comes in, and they're talking about spending even more money, or possibly less, but probably more, and telling them no. So, in my heart, I feel like this would be a slap in the face to the community as it stands now, and I don't think it's really going to hurt the future community that's coming into this town. That's honestly how I feel. Not that I'm against what you're doing. Actually, I've been hurrahing you all I can. On this part, I have to take a stand and say, no, I can't accept this. But that's just my own personal feelings. Please understand.
Are there any outside of the box solutions to this that you guys would consider, like delaying the payment of the impact fee, spreading it out, looking for grants that are economic development tied?
I'm open to solutions to either feather it out on the payments, or if possible, get grants or whatever is possible on either end, but I can't sit here and accept giving an increase to everybody else that's existing now and has been paying for all these years, and not to those that are just moving to the community.
As far as grants, wouldn't that be the developer that would have to go after those instead of the city?
Yeah, I mean, I just did a really quick Google search, and I found one that only political subdivisions can apply for. So I don't know the details of it, but it's through the Governor's Office of Economic Development. It's for infrastructure. There might be something out there that we could apply for in relation to this project that would cover some of the infrastructure challenges.
Well, I think that would be wonderful to look into it, but at this point, and add it on later. But at this point, I don't think we can, or that I can support this specific request for the same, everything that Dave just brought up.
I agree with Dave.
Disagree. Anyone else? I can't vote on this because it's money. Certainly don't know whether I would need to vote on it or not anyway. Like Deborah, I'm conflicted on it. And my opinion of waiving fees is morphing a lot from what it used to be. Because of what Bill had talked about. Since I've been on council, we have done what we can to try to keep user fees as low as possible. And it came back and bit us in the behind when it comes to asking the state for assistance in funding our wastewater treatment plant. And these impact fees go into would go into the wastewater enterprise fund and the water enterprise fund. So it would build up those funds over time. To Don's point, he and I have had a lot of conversations specific to P&Z that there have been decisions that were made in the past. Don't know what the reasons were specifically because I wasn't involved with any of them or some of them. But it seemed like we were trying to be friendly as a city rather than looking out for what's in the best interest of the city. So we waived things that we now recognize we shouldn't have. And we're trying to change that thinking and that mentality and say just because we did it before, does that mean we should continue doing it again? And when it comes to the fees that we're asking our taxpayers to burden with the wastewater treatment plant. I agree with Dave in that it's awful tough to say we waived $96,000 when we're asking the sewer users to potentially see an increase up to $100 in their waste fees. So like Deborah, I'm conflicted. I understand why you'd be asking for it. But as a city, again, to Dave's point and to Randy's point, what kind of precedents would we be setting tonight by saying we'll waive this one and then we'll have a discussion if someone else comes up and we'll just do it case by case. We need to make sure that the cases are consistent in how we...
I agree with you, Bob, and all of you. I'm one of the few that lives here in town. I know mine's going to go up. I've figured that out. But I would appreciate a little more research if you could, Ariel, and if we could at least waive until they're hooked up. Right now, we're doing the hookup fees for water and sewer both, but then the impact fee is a little different. I understand that, but if we could at least waive them until they're hooked up. The impact fee would make a difference. I don't know, we have 20 years, this could go out that long, but something along that line would help. So, thank you.
All right. On the heels of what Georgia just said, that isn't in the request for tonight. If you don't approve this one, and then Fall River Health wants to submit another one, or you folks want to entertain a different agenda item, but the one that is in front of you tonight is to waive the impact fees for 48 water connections and 48 sewer connections. So if no one has any other questions, Misty, would you call the roll, please?
Bill Lukens,
No.
Linda Barbell,
No.
Craig Romy,
No.
Dave Burris,
No.
Randy Graham,
No.
Gary Telkamp,
Abstaining.
Deborah Johnston,
No.
J.R. Huddleston.
Long holdout, yes.
Thank you.
The motion fails.
Sorry.
Thank you.
We will consider added conversation regarding when that's collected. So thank you for coming and talk with us about that.
On to new business, item C. Can I get a motion to approve and authorize the mayor to sign the Hot Springs volunteer? Nope, we waived that one. We removed it. Thank
Down
you.
to E. Down to E.
And D?
No.
Nope.
Yep, D's out.
And D's out also, C and D. All right. So we'll get back on track with new business item E. Can I get a motion to approve and authorize the finance officer to sign the hosted communications solutions agreement?
I make a motion to approve and authorize the finance officer to sign the hosted communication solutions agreement with Golden West Telecommunications Cooperative, Inc. for a 3-year term.
Second.
Craig, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. New business item F. Can I get a motion to authorize the finance officer to transfer the 2026 budgeted annual operating transfers?
I vote to approve and authorize the finance officer to transfer the 2026 budgeted annual operating transfers from 602 water of $125,000, 604 wastewater, $125,000, and 612 solid waste, $10,000, funds to the 101 general fund for a total of $260,000.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. New business item G. Can I get a motion to approve and authorize the city administrator to execute the Evans Plunge Mineral Springs and Southern Hills Golf Course Leading Edge Fundraising Merchant Agreement?
I make a motion to approve and authorize the city administrator to execute the Evans Plunge Mineral Springs and Southern Hills Golf Course Leading Edge Fundraising Merchant Agreements for participation in a Hot Springs football fundraising event, including a buy one, get one free daily admission promotion at Evans Plunge and a pay for 9 holes, get 9 holes free promotion at Southern Hills Golf Course, cart not included.
Second.
Discussion? Carol, is there anything you'd like to add?
I would. This is something the city's done in the past. Both department heads are on board with continuing it, although I'm not sure a contract has ever been put in front of you guys.
I know I've
for
bought
this.
them.
Right, these are the football cards.
Ones that go door to door with your houses.
Yes, the football players do.
The only thing I noticed is that the expiration dates seem to be really long on these agreements, and the ones I bought were only good for the season. Like, they had an expiration date within a year. So that seemed different, but I think it's a positive thing.
I think this is locking in our deals for the next 5 years.
But there's
I think-
still 1
I think
year.
the coupon expirations are the same year.
Okay.
That's how the ones
Yeah,
I
that
bought.
that would give them the opportunity to sell us one each year.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
If it helps them.
New business item H, can I get a motion to authorize and approve the City of Hot Springs participation as a beneficiary in the USDA Rural Business Development Grant application?
I make a motion to authorize and approve the City of Hot Springs participation as a beneficiary in the USDA Rural Business Development Grant, RBDG, application to be submitted by the Black Hills Council of Local Government on behalf of the City of Hot Springs and the City of Edgemont. If awarded, the total grant amount would be $99,500, with $49,750 allocated to downtown revitalization, technical assistance services to be provided by Retail Strategies, a national consulting firm.
Second.
Discussion?
This is the one Andrea, sorry, Craig. This is the one Andrea came and spoke to you guys about at the last meeting.
So Hot Springs would speak for Edgemont too?
No, we're making
Says
our
on
motion.
behalf of Hot Springs and Edgemont.
This
They're
is,
doing it
Okay,
on behalf of the two parties.
Okay.
Ours will just be for us.
okay, thank you.
No funds will come through the city. It's supposed to be at no cost to the city, other than time.
there will be staff time, but
No, I'm all for helping out.
Anyone else? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion passes. New business item I. Can I get a motion to approve a special sale alcoholic beverage license application from the American Legion Post number 71?
Make a motion to approve special sale of alcoholic beverages license applications for American Legion Post 71 for the Main Street Arts and Crafts Festival, event to be held on June 26th, 27th, and 28th at Centennial Park, 275 North Garden Street.
Second.
I think Craig got it.
Craig got it.
Got it, thank you.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes. New business item J. Can I get a motion to set a public hearing on July 6, 2026 at 5:40 PM?
Make a motion to set a public hearing on 7/6/26 at 5:40 PM to act on the on-off sale malt beverage and South Dakota Farm license, wine license, application from Lacey Lou LLC to be used at 1204 Sherman Street.
Second.
Discussion? All in
Never
favor?
heard of this.
Aye.
That used to be Lucy's Dewdrop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
You ask your question.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
I was dumbfounded too on where that was at.
Our last new business, item K. Can I get a motion to approve a travel training request from Finance and Assistant Finance Officers Misty Summers Walton and Rebecca Rathburn?
I make a motion to approve the travel training request from Finance and Assistant Finance Officers Misty Summer Walton and Rebecca Rathman to attend the SDML Budget Workshop June 17th in Rapid City, South Dakota.
Second.
I think Craig got it.
Hey, Craig got it?
Yep.
Do you guys get to spend the night, have a decent dinner?
No, we come home the same day. It's 10 to 3. We
Oh,
go and come
I
back.
thought it was gonna be fun or something.
It's budget talk, so it's not.
It's pretty
It
dry.
is pretty dry, but I thought I'd go with her.
So, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion passes.
Not following Robert's Rule of Order, are we?
All right, on to committee reports. Administrative and Finance, JR?
Well,
Gary?
I'll wait, since we're kind of not following Robert's Rule of Order, I'll just. Admin Finance met at 1 PM in regular meeting on Monday, June 8th. 2026 at the Mueller Center, 801 South 6th Street, Hot Springs, South Dakota. Misty, thank you for doing the minutes. President Bob Nelson, J.R. Huddleston, Gary Telkamp, Deborah Johnston, Ariel Allison, Misty Summers Walton, and Ross Norton. Old business, number 1. Chief Norton presented his request to create a new investigator position within the police department. He explained that he is not seeking authorization to hire an additional employee, but rather to promote an existing officer into the new position. Chief Norton stated that the police department's 2026 budget can absorb the additional wage cost associated with the promotion. He has prepared a job description for the position and is requesting approval of the new classification. Following discussion regarding the proposed wage and increase and budget impacts, the committee agreed to recommend creation of the investigator position to the City Council. A resolution, job description, and memorandum from Chief Norton will be presented for consideration at the July 6th council meeting. Number 2, the committee and Chief Norton discussed dash cameras and proposed Axon package that would combine body cameras, dash cameras, and tasers. Chief Norton indicated that he has not yet received an updated quote from Axon. The committee discussed concerns regarding ongoing costs, equipment replacement, and potential liability if equipment becomes inoperable. Administration will seek a legal opinion regarding the use of dash cameras versus body cameras and whether both are necessary or preferred. Chief Norton will obtain updated quotes from Axon representatives for both dash cameras for both dash cameras only and budget bundled package. Potential grant funding opportunity were also discussed, and Chief Norton will investigate available grant programs. Number 3, update on proposed citywide hosted phone system conversion. The city leadership team was in support of the conversion to the hosted phone system after hearing from Travis T. with Golden West Telecommunications about the functionality and efficiencies we will gain as well as the potential savings. The agreement will be on the 6/15 agenda for council approval, which we approved tonight. Excuse me. New business, number 1. The committee discussed requests from skydiving business to lease and operate the airport fueling system and reviewed a draft request for proposals, RFP, prepared by the city administrator. Committee members discussed the benefits and drawbacks of relinquishing operational control of the funding system and what the city would gain in exchange. Following discussion, the committee agreed that the city should retain ownership and operational control of the fueling system. The committee noted that the original request from business owner was to obtain a fuel discount as an alternative. The city is willing to allow the business to purchase and maintain its own fuel tank and participate in bulk fuel purchases through shared loads with the city. Fuel purchased directly from the airport fueling system would continue to be sold at the council approval rates. Number 2, the committee is recommending $102,500 for dispatch services be budgeted for 2027. Number 3, discuss travel training reimbursements, specifically whether the city should reimburse mileage or compensate travel time when an employee leaves the training location and begins personal travel rather than returning directly home. The committee agreed that brief personal stops made while returning home should be distinguished from situations in which an employee departs on personal travel following the completion of the authorized business travel. Following discussions, the committee expressed support for continuing the city's historical practice of ending city-paid travel and compensable travel time when personal travel begins. To avoid future disputes, the committee discussed adding clarifying language to the personnel policy, although members were uncertain whether a policy amendment is necessary. Number 4, the committee reviewed 2 proposals from Husted Law regarding a change in the billing structure for legal services. It was unclear whether the proposal rates would take effect immediately or in 2027. Proposal 1 included a $7,000 monthly flat fee with no limitation on monthly hours for city work. Complex civil litigation would be handled under a separate fee agreement. Proposal number 2 included a $6,500 monthly flat fee under the same general terms, with the additional provision that attorneys would not be required to attend full city council meetings. Complex litigation would also be billed separately under this proposal. Following discussion, the committee expressed preference for proposal number 2. However, members noted that the proposed approximately 30% increase over current pricing should be considered for a fixed term of at least 5 years. The committee also requested clarification regarding the proposed effective date. Number 5, reviewed the 2026 PPE clothing policy, budget, and struggles, and discussed bulk purchasing of shirts and hoodies. 2027 budgeting should be similar to 2026 for the city, and the city administrator will discuss needs for PPE and clothing with department heads during budget planning meetings. No committee member items, and the next meeting will be July 13th, adjournment at 3:15, subject to any questions you might have.
Gary, anything you want to add?
No, that's accurate.
I think the only thing I'd like to add is we also did discuss the 2027 dispatch contract.
It's in there.
He ran through it real fast.
You read that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, disregard. Thank you.
Can I just throw in one data point on your body cam, dash cam discussion? Many of you youngsters weren't on council other than the mayor. When we had an incident in which a driver attempted to get out of a vehicle, struck our officer and knocked his body camera off of his body, and made some very significant claims against the officer, all of which were lies. And one of the main reasons we were able to dispel those lies is because the dash cam was operating on his patrol vehicle. So just as a data point, body cams and dash cams working together are very, very important for officer safety, for litigation protection. So
We did ask our attorneys today in the meeting to provide us the feedback potentially similar to what you're giving us now. So we did ask for what we had discussed at admin and finance, and we'll present that.
And the car cams do have a wider angle than what's on the body cam.
Craig?
I have a question. Now that we got 2 detectives, are we down a patrol officer?
No.
We don't have any.
We don't have 2 detectives.
Is the other detective not a patrol officer, or has he always been another detective?
I'm not sure.
We
what
don't
you're
have a
asking.
detective at this point. It's
No,
a discussion.
we have one that is a patrol officer, but he does the investigative work that needs to be done by any of the other officers requesting his help. So he is an investigative
And
officer.
he is going to stay a patrol officer too?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't hear all, that wasn't said, so
All right. Custer Fall River Regional Waste Management, Craig.
I apologize, I don't have a date, I forgot to look.
I believe from their website, it says July 9th at 6 PM at the Mueller Center.
Okay, thank you. July 9th at 6 PM at the Mueller Center. You're all welcome.
Thank you. Historic Preservation, Deborah.
Historic Preservation met June 3rd, 5 p.m. at the Mueller Center. Present were Vicki Wetzel, Sherry Largent, Joanne Nicochet, Carl Hall, myself, Ariel Allison, Wesley Foss, and Lillian Heidebrink. Nothing under old business. Under new business, a certificate of appropriateness and art approval of the welcome sign at the Flatiron Bump Out. The discussion, that sign was replaced by Keeps Hot Springs Beautiful. And then with that horrible windstorm we had in December, it ended up in the river. And so they have a new one. It was discussed having anchors built into the sign rather than drilling holes into it after completion. If needed, it would be easier to drill into the sandstone to hang the sign if the built-in anchors don't line up with the previous drilled holes. No concerns were raised about the sign design. And that was approved. And number 2, update about the CLG conference. Possibly looking into getting a grant to help with the issues behind the buildings on River Street, the cliffside that looms over downtown. We need to get as much information as possible for the scope of the work. And B, under that, brought back informational document about funding opportunities and stated this document should be available at various locations, including the building inspector's office. A short conversation was had about the idea of adding signs at both ends of the suspended sidewalk to explain the purpose of the design and why it was constructed in this manner. If y'all don't know, the reason it was designed that way was to represent the railroad that went through right along that area. So when people have asked me that, and they might not have liked the design initially when it was told that that was what it represented, then their idea about the whole thing changed up and thought it was pretty cool. So that is something to have more discussions on. And then we adjourned at 5:45 p.m. and we'll meet again July 1st, 5 p.m. at City Hall. Any questions?
Related to the signs, Deborah, I did forward an email to Tracy asking him if there was anything, when he was doing his research, if there's any thing that might be appropriate to put on those signs. So
okay.
We'll see what he comes back with.
Okay, thanks.
Parks, Recreation, Beautification, Linda, Randy?
Parks, Recreation, Beautification, and Cultural Development met June 3rd at 1 p.m. at the Mueller Civic Center. The attendees were Linda Barvell, Randy Graham, Gerald Culligan, Deborah Johnston, Caitlin Mossett, Jason Midgley, Jason Getch, Bart Sig, Chris Katke, and Mayor Nelson. Under public comment, the pickleball courts are being well used, even with a group coming from Custer. A police report was made on spray painting on the court. Our players took care of the artwork. Perhaps game cameras would be an option. Benches have been installed and the timer is still not working for the lights. Bart reported the city is waiting on electrician and getting quotes on LED lights. The Elks Club is working on backboards with panels and paint. Thank you for the water by the tennis courts to water the trees. However, there are many dead trees in Butler Park. A patron feels it would be beneficial to have a park user meeting separate from this committee. Old business, the disc golf update, the material list has been compiled. The depot area update, it has been put back together with grass growing. Clock is not fixable and we will leave it as is. Vandalism update, the rocks in Centennial Park have been removed from around the bathrooms to prevent entry through the roof. The soccer field shed update, the shed has not been placed yet. New business, the Freedom Trail biking. They're looking at placing 10-mile-per-hour speed signs along the trail for bikes, and I think this is specifically for e-bikes, if I recall.
Any bike?
Any bike?
Any
Okay.
bike.
It came about because of the e-bikes.
Yeah. Food truck park at 1100 block of North River. We're requesting more tables, and they have been placed in the area, and a request for trees was made. Other, putting a plaque on the suspended bridge explaining the history of the beams in place. The mayor will check with the city engineer on that. Staff and committee reports and updates. Caitlin reports volunteers are busy in the bump outs working on flowers and continued weeding. Recycling and cleanup events are scheduled for this fall. The welcome sign information may be installed by July 4th. I forgot to put that on there. Chris is working short-staffed at the Mueller Center. The Black Hills Electric Co-op is here all week. Gabby is working on 2 dramas this year. July 28th has been set aside for a runoff election for South Dakota governor between the 2 Republican candidates. Roller skating runs through July. Pickleball has tapered off at the Mueller Center. They may change the dates. No basketball has been scheduled. We have a busy month at the Mueller Center. The next meeting will be July 1st, 2026 at 1 p.m. at the Mueller Civic Center, and we adjourned at 1:28 p.m. Any questions?
Randy, is there anything you'd like to
Uh, Just for the agenda next meeting.
Okay, for the July 1st meeting?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a text on that, and I'll add it to the agenda. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did we ever find out who it was that ran over the bump out right there at Vision Source?
Caitlin didn't say, so I don't know who did. So I think it was accidental.
Oh, it was accidental, but it was a semi, and it did some major damage.
Oh, okay.
So I was just kind of wondering if you had heard anything.
No, I hadn't.
Damage to the curb and/or sidewalk?
Looked like damage to the curbing, obviously across the plants, but it's, I drove trucks for many years when I was young, and to put 2 axles across that and not being able to see that, there really was no excuse for that. So I was just wondering if anybody heard anything about that.
No. Anybody else?
Thank you. Planning and zoning, Deborah?
Planning and zoning will be meeting this Wednesday, the 17th, 6 p.m. at City Hall.
Thank you. Safety, Bill, JR?
Safety Committee met at Thursday, June 4th, 1 p.m. at the South Annex on Jensen Highway. Members present were J.R. Huddleston, myself, Gary Telkamp, Randy Graham, Chief Norton, City Administrator Allison, Safety Coordinator Tracy Bastian, Fall River Emergency Manager Dar Coy, Assistant Emergency Manager Gary Baker, Fall River Health Services Safety and Compliance Coordinator Renee Staley. Members of the public present were Jim Grothy, Linda Grothy, and Priscilla McDaniel. We adopted the agenda as published. There were no comments from the public, no old business. Under new business, 3 members of the public presented concerns to the committee regarding speeding in the east-west alley between 4th Street and 5th Street, between Jennings and Lincoln Avenues. Potential deterrents are being assessed, but the residents were requested to notify dispatch whenever unsafe driving behavior was witnessed so that the PD could respond. They were assured that calling in incidents would be helpful to the situation and they would not be considered a nagging complaint. Item number 2, discussing floodplain manager status. There is currently no certified floodplain manager for the city. The mayor and city staff need to discuss the path forward. However, I pulled up the wrong set of minutes. Within the development or building inspector, whatever we're calling Wes now, I can't keep up with that.
Building official.
Within the building official's job description and also within Title 15, Chapter 153, under flood control, with the items listed in there and in Wesley's job description, the items for a flood control manager are addressed. However, we do not have an official certified, a FEMA certified floodplain manager. So if we absolutely need a certification, we'll have to pursue that or look into that. According to the emergency manager, it is quite a process and quite a test, but functionally, we have the activities and the documentation in place to do the right things that we need to do to manage our floodplain.
So, would that also involve the Army Corps of Engineers that have the waterway through town?
I think it goes beyond that. There's things that that individual has to monitor and check within the building permit process and maintaining the flood response plan and things like that.
Okay.
So, but the Army Corps of Engineers flood plan is a part of that, but there's a lot of other pieces.
Because there is an alarm system at Coldbrook.
Yeah. So it's, like I say, it's we've got all the pieces in place other than the certification required by FEMA or requested by FEMA.
Okay.
Under staff updates and reports, police department responded to 465 calls in May, 56 of which were high-risk calls. From the safety coordinator, we had no serious injuries reported in May. They're focusing on hazards associated with summer-related activities. June safety topic was heat stress prevention. Under committee member comments, the emergency manager discussed setting up an initial phase emergency exercise with the city to work on an incident command system positions, working during the early hours of an event. And he's proposing some sort of exercise that would involve folks within the city during the fall. We also talked about finance office processes during a disaster, whether or not we could make expenditures. And the city administrator informed the committee that the city does have the ability to pay contractors invoices, and if needed, if we have to do more than just pay invoices, we would likely call an emergency council meeting if we had to take any action such as approve a contract or anything else to manage a disaster. And again, back in 2018 during the Vineyard fire, not sure we called a council meeting, but I know there was a meeting here at the Mueller Center with which all the council members were present when the incident command staff gave an update to the public. So we're pretty confident that the things that we would need to do to manage an emergency, if we needed resources beyond the city staff, we could do that in a timely manner. There were no employee safety concerns reported. We adjourned at 1:58 p.m. and our next scheduled meeting is Thursday, July 2nd, 1 p.m. at the Mueller Center.
JR, anything you'd like to add?
You did good.
Thank you. Public Works, Dave, Craig?
I have a question for Bill. You didn't ask. On the flooding, I know the Corps of Engineers met with the city 2 years ago, And the city is supposed to cut all the trees down behind the plunge in the river and through town, and we haven't done nothing. What would happen if the Corps came back today?
Do you have a copy of that report? Because I have asked for that.
Should be on file.
It's not.
It's the same-
I have asked for a copy of that report specifically to Tracy, to council members, to mayors, to city administrators.
Because we walked the whole river with them.
And everybody talks about everything that report said, but I've never seen that report in writing.
Should be on file because they left it there. In fact, there was a prior, and they're almost duplicate. Their
Yeah,
requests.
the old one's available.
Well, Tracy was with them the whole.
Tracy should have it. He was the main part of the walk. And
I think even Bob walked with us, didn't you, Bob?
Yeah, so that doesn't mean you got the report.
I mean, Craig, the city had the AmeriCorps volunteers come in here one summer, and they did some extensive cleanup along the riverbanks and stuff.
But they didn't clean down that way because previous ones, there's a lot of poison ivy down on.
There's a lot of poison ivy. You gotta be rigged up in order to do along the bank next to the Evans Plunge. And then a little bit farther up, we got water, or, you gotta cross the water.
It's so bad you can't even see the river into there.
So,
with the trees and stuff.
I know that report should be there because the last two reports were on file, so it should be there. If not, then you can request a copy of the report from the.
I think that was done. I think when Bob Nelson Jr. was here, he was requesting a copy of that report from them, and we have not gotten any.
So when you talk about the reports that they had with them, what we have seen in the past is the report they had with them, I would expect, would have been at least 2 years old, because that's about what it takes for them to get the most recent report here. So to say that we have the newest report, we can certainly check and see if we did get it, but it wouldn't surprise me that we don't have it.
I believe it was 3 years ago that we walked it.
Yeah, this would be, third year. They should be requesting another meeting, but.
I mean, there's trees poking up top of the railing through town. They're so big.
And then the little bridge that crosses right there where the old, I don't know, what is it called now, a convenience store or whatnot.
Oh, by the corner pantry?
Yeah, in the corner pantry, there you go. There is trees that, on the far end of it, that were pretty good size that need to be removed, and I know that those are still there, so.
All right. Anyone else? So I think we're still at Public Works.
Yeah, Public Works will meet, correct me if I'm wrong, but second Tuesday, June 30th.
The last day of the month.
Last day of the month, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. We'll be here at the Mueller Center, and everybody's invited. Bring pastries and sweet drinks and all that fun stuff.
Thank you. City Administrator, Ariel?
I do not have an official report for you guys. I've been testing out something a little bit new with my newsletter, so both of those are in the info-only side of your packet.
Nice
Let me know if you have any questions.
Nice job, those are
I
good.
love them.
Yeah, I like them.
I have a comment, if I may.
Yep.
Ariel wasn't here last meeting where I complimented you on this article here in the Kurtz. Very nice, very nicely done, very informative. And with that having been said, I'd ask you all to turn to the back page.
Of the one that's in your packet?
On the current. Yeah, it's in your packet.
Okay.
Got my paper all messed up.
Without this, I doubt that any of us would have known about what's pending there. And that's the Zoom call scheduled for July 15th at 3 o'clock. And I encourage all of us to be in attendance at that. We're looking to a software product. It's going to cost us $9,432 a year. And inflation the first year will be $471.60. I guess it'd be the second year. That would compound as years go on. And without knowing what it's all about, I don't know how we can intelligently discuss it at budget hearing and how we can vote on it, yes or no. And I just think we need to be involved and really take a look at these kind of things. We've got a responsibility, we've got a fiduciary responsibility to do that. And without this, I would not more than likely have known about this.
Well, I organized this one specifically for the council, so if there's enough interest,
Yep.
I'll have to set up 2 so you guys don't have a quorum.
Or we can just post a notice of
Well-
forum.
Or if you'd
yeah, that would be
rather do
fine.
that.
Anyway, the point of the whole thing is, I think we need to really take a look at this kind of stuff and really get involved, and that's what we need to do.
I signed up for it.
So, some signed up, sign me up.
Okay.
Put me in, coach.
Let's do a notice of quorum, and I'll just send the link out to everyone.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay, that's what I want to say.
And to follow up to Gary's point, I would encourage all of you to make yourselves available for this particular training. Ariel and I have had a couple meetings regarding this software, and I think it could go a long ways to helping us avoid what happened with the wastewater treatment plant and what the right user fee should be. When we look at what the correct rates should be for the golf course, as we look at how we need to generate revenue to replace, by the time we get around to replacing it, an irrigation system that we could be looking at $1.5 million for. I think you'll see from this software that it goes a long ways to helping us understand how we can fund those kinds of different situations. So I agree with you, Gary. I think it's important for everybody to attend it and make your decisions ahead of the budget meetings.
Yeah, I'm not for it or against it, I'm just uninformed. So I think we all need to be informed.
Yep. And it would be split across 3 enterprise funds: golf course, water, and wastewater. All right.
Thank you.
And this is by fund, so if we found it would be particularly useful for the plunge also, that's something we could add in the future.
Okay.
Finance Officer, Misty?
I don't have anything to report. I do my monthly financials at the first meeting of the month. I did listen to Waterworth on 2 different occasions prior. I will attend the demo if you'd like everyone in attendance. I would just share that is significantly more expensive than all of our financial accounting software that we use in the city for all of our payments, including payroll. So I would hope, and this is what I told them, that it would be very significant, the impact it had on the city, because there are other ways to forecast without paying for this kind of recurring cost in software. It may have been helpful before, but we couldn't afford it before either. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a comment at admin and finance, I'll just repeat it here. I'm going to look at things going forward as a 3-legged stool. And, is there a need? That'd be one of the legs. Are there any alternatives? That'd be another leg. And the other one will be is, can we afford it? I want to kind of look at that as we go forward on the discussions and everything. I just came up with that admin and finance. I thought it was pretty good. But anyway, that's the way I kind of want to look at things going forward. I think it's something we need to do.
All right. Looking at the calendar here, I just want to make sure that I'm not making a stupid statement. But tonight's the last night that we'll have Randy with us. So I just want to personally thank you for serving the city, serving your ward over the last year.
Thank you for letting me be here.
I think you've done it with professionalism, respect for the other council members. You've been prepared for the meetings, council meetings, park meetings, whatever meetings you've attended. You've been very involved, and I just wanted to personally thank you for that and say that it's appreciated. You've done well. So.
Appreciate it.
That's all I have, unless you have any questions for me.
No reason why you can't still be involved.
Well, I plan on it.
So with that, if we could get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Craig, you missed it.
Discussion?
Sorry,
All in
Craig.
favor?
You got a frog in your
Opposed?
throat.
No?
The motion passes. Have a good evening, everyone.